that things are haywire. Do not think that it's strange. Do not think that it's weird. You are experiencing what you are supposed to be experiencing, and I want you to stay in the fight. Oh, I'm going through these changes. I'm going through those changes. Oh, the devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. But every change that you're going through, he's not in control of. There are certain situations that God allows to humble you. We all have gone through an humbling process. And what I've learned is that as soon as we go through an humbling process and we reach this place to where we're humbling God, God says, I want you to now move higher. And you know what? So that requires us to change more. Another level. And when people like to say another level, another devil, but listen, another level may require you to, and not just may, most times it does, it requires you to be more humble than you are on this particular level. Some individuals, they're able to come here and they don't have to get rid of their attitude yet. They can come here, they don't have to get rid of their attitude yet. But they reach a certain level, they don't have to get rid of their attitude, but they've lost it, they've gotten rid of the job. They don't have to get rid of the attitude, but you know what? They have to stop stealing. They don't get rid of the attitude yet, but in this level, they have to stop writing bad checks. And now all of a sudden they get to this level, and God says, hey, I need you to be more humble. God, what are you talking about? You humbled me here, and you humbled me here, and you humbled me here, and you humbled me here. Yeah, now I want to deal with your mouth. You know what? This is just too much for me. Oh, you know what? This just can't be God because I'm going through this and I'm going through that. Why would God allow me to go through all of this stuff? The Word of God plainly says to humble you. To humble you. So I'm going through all this stuff. I lost this and I lost that and I lost this and I lost that because God wanted to humble me. Well, let's see. If you're making the same decisions, the same bad choices over and over and over again, and for the last 5 years you are consistently being hard-headed and not changing in this particular area, the answer to that question would be yes. God is allowing certain things to happen in your life to try to root out, get you to the point that the light bulb comes on so that you realize that He does want to take you to that promised place, but He doesn't want to take a slave to a place that a free person is supposed to reign in. Because if you're a slave going into the promised land, you'll be a slave living there. And slaves do not conquer Philistines. Slaves do not conquer in the promised land. Slaves do not conquer Canaanites. David conquers Goliath. He does not conquer Goliath because he has a slave mentality. Here the people are. They're going into the promised place. God is desiring to lead them to the promised place. He knows that they have to have that heart, that same heart that David had. Whatever God tells me to do, I'm going to do it. And He's anointed me to conquer. He's anointed me to be this way. And this is the way that I'm going to be. And by the way, any giants that cross my path, the same God that delivered us, He wanted them to have that mentality of the same God that delivered me out of Egypt will deliver me here. And I'm going to do exactly what it is that He tells me to do, when He tells me to do it. Knowing that whatever He wants me to be in, or whatever position He wants me to be in, or whatever place He wants me to be in, will be the best place for me at this particular time. Though I may not agree with it, I may not like it, but I know that God's thought and His ways are perfect. Can you imagine David being anointed king and he's running all over the desert? He has to leave the palace and go out and experience a wilderness experience to where he's on the run for his life. Can you imagine how he would feel knowing that he's been anointed to be king and the king is trying to kill him? He's running for his life. He can actually kill Saul at any point in time, but he has enough sense to know that he does not want to touch God's anointed? Can you imagine the thoughts that run through his mind? The feelings and the emotions and the things that he experienced during that time frame. I've been anointed king. This is supposed to be my promised place, but I'm living in a cave hiding. Can this be God all of this time allowing me to be on the run for my life? Can this be God? Yes, it was him. And it was not until God decided that he was ready for David to sit on the throne that David sat on that throne. Oh, but when he got on the throne, he was more than just king. He was victorious. The very thing that God anointed him for, he obtained. The very thing that the prophet spoke, anointed him as, he obtained it. He became king. Hear me on this evening. The voice of the prophet is still real and still truthful, and you need it. We need the voice of the prophet. The prophetic operates right in alignment and hand with the apostles, the apostolic nature of God. We need the apostles. You need the apostles, and you need the prophets prophesying over your life. Oh my God, he speaks to me. I don't need a prophet to tell me this and tell me that. If you don't need it, then why are you not in that promised place yet? And why are you not out of? Why is it that you don't know where you're going yet? Oh my God, I feel this thing on this evening. Tell me, explain to me why you don't know where you're going yet. It's because you need the voice of the prophet.